Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy reading for the element of water, right here, for the month of February of 2026. Water covers the zodiac signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if you are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read and are curious, there is a link in the description. It's for a natal chart through Llewellyn. It's not sponsored or anything like that. It's just an easy tool to get you the baseline of the 12 houses, what all the little signs and symbols are, and then there's a 10 to 20 page description of what all that means, including a section in there about your elemental alignment, which is 1 to 2 paragraphs usually. So with that, we will get started with the I-ching hexagram, which I cast before the video, and water has number 40, which is called release. So this could be interesting. Release, the west and south are favorable, which is perfect because the west is where water resides. Those with nothing to gain from going forward will win good fortune by turning back. Those who do have much to gain from going forward must hasten to be sure of doing well. If you don't have a plan, go back to your previous positions and reassess. Get a plan going, get formulated. That's really what they're saying. But if you have a plan, it's time to get things moving. This is not a dilly-dally month for water. You either are going to reevaluate, or you need to be not so much sprinting, but you definitely need to be moving towards your goals. And with the west and south, west is water, south is fire. So you're dealing with this energy of emotional maturing, but also things need to be moving. Fire is about motion and energy, but water moves too. So when you join those two together, which is what's going on here, it's really could be a volatile situation. You're either going to be moving really well, or it's going to overflow, and that's where you have to kind of, if you don't have a goal, pull back because it's not worth it. But if you do have a goal, get moving. So, let's hop into our lines here. Oh, this is fun. It's on 2 pages for the first one. So our bottom line, this guy right here, is basically no error. This month is not about making mistakes. You are going to be able to really do what needs to be done one way or another, and with that, you want to follow your intuition. You want to make sure that you are clear on what it is that you are doing. And if you're not clear, then pause, pull back, figure out where you're going. Because one way or another, there's not really an error here. You're not going to do anything wrong. But the energy coming forward is what's going to be best for you is one of those two choices. So, our second place line. With 1 yellow error, he killed 3 foxes in the field. Righteous persistence brings good fortune. You've heard the stone, 2 birds, 1 stone. Same concept here, because once you get things happening, once you're moving, what you're able to achieve with very little effort is going to be surprising to you. And if you are one of the people who are kind of waffling and you've pulled back, that's fine, because you'll be able to, get clarity rapidly. Righteous persistence, again, sticking to your morals, your code of conduct, your personal code of ethics. When you stick with that, no matter what else is going on, that will bring you good fortune. That's going to help shine the light on the proper things. And the good fortune that's here is abundance, prosperity, that kind of energy, but we're not talking strictly money here. This is talking about what is abundant for you, what is prosperous for you. Everyone's going to have a different vision of that. For some, it might be having their own place, their own apartment, or even purchasing a home. Some might be having the bright job, some having the partner and the kids. It's all dependent on what you view as prosperous or abundance. A lot of the times you'll hear people say that, and it's automatically, it's going to equal money. It might, but it also is how you view those things. So, your third place line, traveling with both luggage bearers and a carriage, he attracts the attention of robbers. To persist would bring misfortune. So if you've got a lot of things going on and you're juggling a lot, that's what we're talking about, because you've got a luggage bearer. In other words, you're not the only one carrying this load. Other energies coming along with you. You might attract the naysayers. You might attract those who are like, oh, water thinks they're going to do that. Sure thing. Don't get involved. Because it's saying persist would bring misfortune. If you're in a spot where you can just kind of manage what's going on, then do that. You don't have to push forward. You don't have to fight with anybody about what you're doing. If you're in a relationship and someone else doesn't like it, that's fine. You don't have to talk to them. If you've got a business going on or you're starting a channel or whatever you're doing, and you got those naysayers over here just ranting, ignore them. They're not the ones that are supporting you. Constructive criticism is different. Like, oh, maybe if you got a better microphone, or maybe if you tried a different background setting. That's different than people just saying that you're going to fail because you tried something that they didn't think was possible. Don't pay attention to those, and that's where it's saying to persist would bring misfortune. Do not interact with that. Let them be chaotic over there. So our 4th place line, a fumbled release, put your trust in the friends who will come. So even if something does trip you up a little bit in February, it doesn't mean it's over. That's why having the right kind of inner circle is so important. It's generally 3 to 5 friends, not more than that in most cases, but they're the ones who have your back. They're the ones who are supporting you. They're the ones that are giving you the best constructive criticism because they're actually looking out for your well-being and they want to see you succeed. And that's what this is saying, is you might have a hiccup along the way and it might catch you with your kind of an emotional they keep showing me tripping, so emotional trip up. That's where these people are going to help pick you up and get you back on your feet and get you moving again. So you want to make sure you have the right kind of people in your life. And our 5th place line, only the superior man or woman brings release, good fortune. It is up to the lesser men to put their trust in him or her. So you're the one leading this charge. It doesn't matter what else is going on. You're the one who's making these decisions. If it's a relationship thing, you're the one that's starting the ball rolling, proposing, bringing things to the table, setting up whatever's going on. If it's a business situation, you're the one asking for the promotion. You're the one starting the business. You're the one leading the charge. The ones around you are there to support you and help you along the way. It is up to lesser men to put their trust in him. You're not the one who has to say, you have to trust me. You do the right things. You stay with that righteous path, that morals, ethics, and code of conduct that you have. They're going to put their trust in you on their own. And the ones who do and stay loyal, those are the part of your inner circle. They're part of that group that's going to help you. So again, following your intuition this month is going to be huge, but also having the right kind of people around for support is even better. So our capstone, our top one up here, the prince shot an arrow and killed a hawk perching on a high wall. Everything is favorable. So shooting a hawk in some of these older terms, hawks are notoriously fast. They're nightmarish to try to hunt if you're going to go this direction. But if you're thinking about it, modern day we see everything through like using our normal pew-pews. Using a bow and arrow to do something like shoot a bird, period, good luck, because that is not an easy feat. And it says the prince shot an arrow and killed this hawk perching on a high wall. At height, it's even worse because you have to adjust for elevation, there's wind, there's all these things. And so you know whatever you're shooting at, you're aiming high. You're aiming for the stars. You might land on the moon, you might end up amongst the stars. But if you don't try, you won't know. And this month is about you trying, Water. This is about you stepping into the highest version of your current timeline, or maybe even hopping this timeline and get into a better one. Because there's a lot of variations that are going on here. I rearranged my desk area so my side table's short. I have to fix that. So you've got a lot of different movements happening, and if you are one of the people who you're not sure what direction to go, so you've pulled back, this is your reminder that when you do make that decision, get the ball rolling, aim high. There's no reason to aim small. You're not small, Water. You're ready to make some changes in your life. The energy that I have been working with and meditating on for Water has brought that forward, that there's some big things happening for Water in February. And again, general reading, so take what works. But there's a shift that is occurring. Basically, Water's done playing second fiddle, and they will step into their role. If they're not sure what that role is, they're seeking clarity to be able to open that door, because they're done being where they're at. It's no longer about, this is good enough for me. No, not for Water. This not going forward for Water. This year in particular is not going to do that for Water. This month is where things are really going to start getting shaken up and pushing things forward. So we are going to hop into our cards. Before I do that, like, comment, and subscribe. If you see something different with the cards intuitively, because I read intuitively, feel free to drop that in the comments. You might help someone that I may not be able to, but you might see something that I didn't either. So there's always a variation with those. Intuition is a powerful skill, but everyone's going to ring a little different. So feel free to comment on that. Each week, there's 4 weeks in February. Each week we look at a guide or guardian, a message from source, and then a lesson or challenge or further information from the tarot. The decks that I'm using are linked below, and the crystal oracle that we're using for the guide or guardian actually has both. So you get to work with 2 energies if you choose each week, or you can pick one and work it through the month. Your first week is Angel Raziel, and your stone is Pierre Tessite. The card's title is Soul Wisdom. You are one with the storm of creative divine chaos that precedes the birth of a new reality. We're literally tying into the I-ching here. You are cleansed and cleared of what has been. You open with a wild heart to what must be for the soul to thrive and love to grow. With faith in spirit and your soul, you willingly enter into the process of transformation. Goodness and healing shall come from what is happening in my life. I trust the divine beauty destined for you. Or you trust the destined beauty. Sorry, it's written in first person. I'm trying to read for you. But really, this is talking about being ready and open to change. Being ready and open to shifting energies. Water, you're kind of a chameleon across the board, especially Pisces, because you fit whatever mold you're put in. This is saying enough with filling someone else's mold, make your own. It's time to break out. There may be some chaos that comes, but you're the one who can bring order back into that. So this first week is really starting the ball rolling in February with how things are going to go for the month, which is awesome because we all need that reminder. And your message from source is number 30, the Horseman, heralds of change. The energy that's coming in you, it's not just you that is changing. There's a whole variety of different energies that are moving around, and the horsemen, you could see in this aspect, are really coming in to support this shift for you. And when we look at it from that perspective, this is not a short-term thing. The horsemen are heralds of change in this respect. So the people who are coming in to support you, the energies that are coming in to support you, are really bringing this trumpeting an energy of, Water, you're the one who's doing this. Not you need to, but you should be the one changing your life. If you don't like something and how things are going right now, Water, this is your reminder. You're the one in control of this. If you don't like it, change it. And that doesn't mean you have to go out there and burn everything down. It means you should be looking at, well, this job's not working. What else is out there? Or do I need to talk to a supervisor? Do I need to seek that promotion? Do I need a transfer to another department? If it's a relationship thing and you are single, go out there and mingle. It doesn't mean you're going to find someone on the first day, but if you're not putting yourself out there a little bit, you're not going to find someone. If you're in the relationship and you're feeling something's just not right, open up to communication. Find out what's going on. If you need to, go seek therapy or counseling, because a lot of the times it's a perception that we're noticing. Find a good counselor, by the way, not one of those ones that are like, oh, it's your spouse's problem. Don't listen to those people. You need someone who's willing to help support the relationship and build it together. And they're out there. Just have to make sure you get the right one. But that's this energy that's coming in with those horsemen, is there's heralds of change. You know this is coming. The trumpets are blasting. It's time to make the shift. And Water, you're the one who's steering the ship, so you're the one who has to make that decision. So, your message from the tarot is the Queen of Spring. Brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. Believing in yourself. Wonderful people to help you. Maintaining a balanced work and home life. So this is really saying, Water, this energy is pretty closely aligned with you anyway, Spring is. And this is a call to step out of the old. Believe in yourself. You know you can do this. This is not a minor thing that you're doing. These are big changes you're calling forth. So let them go. Call them forth. Do the things. And when you have the people who are supporting you, just like with the I-ching, you want that inner circle, that 3 to 5 really close friends of yours, and it could be a partner, however it works. But they're the ones that are going to help corral you if you go too crazy, but they're also going to help support you or give you the ideas that you need to finish the projects. You're the one with the final vision. They just might have a piece of the puzzle that you're needing. So the Queen of Spring is the energy of been there, done that, but now it's time to bring it all together and actually put things into play. But don't forget, you don't want to focus exclusively on the work. You don't want to focus exclusively on the home. There's a balance, and so work within that balance and see how things play out for you. So let's hop into our second week's guide or guardian here. See who is available. Sorry, I shuffle and let the cards decide. I don't draw them specifically. Your second week is the Ascended Master Babaji, and your stone is the diamond. So it shall be. You pursue your soul's purpose with passion and dedication. You have an inner knowing that everything is working out according to the greater loving plan. Your highest priorities reflect the desires of your soul. You generously invest time, energy, and focus on what truly moves your heart. Your commitment to your heart's loving truth is your sanctuary. And an inner stillness anchors within you, and it anchors peace. You are calm as the wild creativity of the divine feminine stimulates your soul's growth and spiritual awakening. This water is a time for you to shift. This is a time for you to expand, because what you're doing is you're taking all the dreams, everything like Abraham Hicks talks about within the vortex, you're anchoring it down into the physical world. You're making those changes. If you're the one that's driving forward, you're going to start putting pieces together, you're bringing stuff in, and you're anchoring it down into the physical world, because you're spiritually aligning, and so it's going to be easier to manifest. If you're still not sure, you're kind of questioning, so you're one of the ones that have pulled back, you're going to start to see the pattern that is playing out, and you're going to intuitively start to see the right steps forward and what those goals that you've been kind of mulling over, which one's the next priority, and then you're going to start feeling that urge of needing to do something too. So this is not going to be a month of stagnation for water. You might take a pause, but you're at the top of a waterfall doing this, trying to figure out where you're going. And once you pick a direction, it's off and you're running. So be ready for the shifts that are occurring, because this month is about that change. Your message from Source is number 24, the Galactic Mushroom. This is such a weird card, the look of it. It's the Divine Matrix. This ties into that pattern of energy where everything is connected in a certain spiritual form. And when you understand that, you can start to add your weaving into the web. The Divine Matrix is a giant web, basically, and you get to start creating your own version. You get to start adding your flair to it, where you're able to create this next experience. And the Galactic Mushroom is also saying when you bring this energy in, dreams become reality. The things that you have tossed into the universe being like, one day I'll have this, the universe is like, do you want it? We have it ready for you. So you get to start to bring those energies in this month. So it's going to be an interesting month for water. I'm seeing a lot of good things coming forth here. So let's take a peek at our tarot. Not 12 cards, just one. And we have, again, Divine Feminine Energy, also with water. It's number 18, the Moon. Powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. This is where I've said multiple times, just in this one, you need to listen to your intuition, get lined up with that, tap into that Divine Feminine, which is the supporting energy of divinity, because when she is aligned with you, the moon goddess or the goddess, the lady, however you see this divine energy, when she's aligned with you, you'll feel supported. You know you can handle this, and you get those little impulses, those subtle little back of the brain tickles, where you see, oh, I need to go do this, or I wonder what will happen if I talk to that person, or oh, I totally haven't been in communication for so long. Reaching out to that, random friend of yours you haven't talked to in 10 years. That's more of a male thing because we tend to do that. But when you start to look at that and you get those connections, all of a sudden stuff falls into place. Your intuition does not follow a logical step-by-step pattern. Water, neither do you. So when you start to tap into that intuition, it's tapping into your nature, and that allows you to actually access this greater knowledge. And with the moon, she controls the times and the tides. This energy is saying This is the time for your tide to come in. This is the time for the fullness of your existence. Embrace this and let's get moving. Your third week's guide or guardian is Archangel Gabriel, and your stone is turquoise. Safe to be seen. Getting ready to stand out in the public here. You trust in the divine timing and loving wisdom that guides you to shine your light for the spiritual benefit of all beings, including yourself. The light within you is one with the great universal source of love, light, and wisdom. It is strength, protection, truth, and grace that can be trusted to provide all that is needed for you to step forward and manifest your sacred purpose. You release the past and step into the higher reality now available to you. You shine your light bright and true. As I was saying before, this is where you get to elevate to the highest aspect of the current timeline, or you get to pop timelines into a different one that's more aligned. This is your time, and this is the energy in this third week calling you, water, calling you to your best version of yourself, calling you into this energy of shifting realities. You're working with Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is the angel of the West and the patron of water, so this is calling to the core of who you are. Turquoise is one of the stones that associated with water. It's got a couple associations. So you're working with this energy of shift and change, but you're doing so in a grounded pattern. I'm telling you, follow your intuition, but your intuition is going to show you the steps to anchor stuff into the moment. So you definitely have some powerful friends on the other side. You might even have some on this side, you just don't realize it yet. But for sure, the spirit side, those friends are there. Let's take a peek at what your message from source is. We have number 16, the empty well, time to replenish. Water, you've been giving of yourself for a while. The last few years, water has been doing well. Not saying that it's been bad, but you've been pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring because you've been wanting to do all the things. This month is about you refreshing yourself. You're not going to be able to keep going at the rate you're going, water, if you're not refreshing and taking the time to do the self-care. So yes, everything is lining up for you. Everything's going well. This third week, you might feel a little of that tiredness, like, man, it just needs to slow down for a minute. That's okay. Ask the universe to give you a day off so that you can recover and refresh. Work with your angels and guides. They can help you rest deeper at night. They can help guide you to the right foods that are going your need at this moment. But do the things that are the self-care routines that we all get busy and ignore, because that energy is going to support you in ways that you probably didn't realize until after you've done it and you're like, oh, I needed that, and then you can continue running down the little path you built. So let's take a peek at, oh, that card tried to jump out. So there we go. We have the 8 of Winter is your tarot. You have what it takes if only you believe in yourself. Do the self-care, you'll have the belief in yourself. Thinking of you're powerless when you're not, a good reminder, and a lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. Water, just step into the embrace of the divine aspects, the Lord and Lady, the God and Goddess, however you see the divine. Step into that embrace and accept the fact that you've been working on this plan, this journey for years, your entire life. This month is about getting some of those things that you've been tossing into the ether, into the reality, taking them out of the dreams, making them manifest. Trust yourself, trust your inner knowing, trust your intuition, work with your divine, and take those divinely inspired steps. When you do, notice she's floating around on an iceberg. This is you. Once you make the decision, all of a sudden things show up for you. Everything starts to line up for you. But you have to make the decisions first, and you have to take the inspired steps. I will not reference the concept of the universe being a genie unless you're doing your part. It's not rub a lamp and say, it's mine, and it just pops into your lap. It'd be nice if it was like that. But usually it's you're rubbing on the lamp saying, this is what I want. How am I going to get there? And then you take the inspired steps. A lot of times it'll fall into your lap so quick when you're following inspiration, you don't even know you have it because you have been so focused on following the steps that it pops into your lap and you're still going forward because now you've got another goal and you're like, ooh, shiny thing. And then you keep going. happening. So that's where we're headed, is this energy of getting everything lined up so it just starts happening. It's not even a conscious thought anymore. It just pops in, you're excited about it, you're happy, and you refocus and you keep going. Because this is where you're at, water. You're in this period of divine manifestation that's coming forward in February. Again, general readings. And this is manifesting what you are looking for. I'm not going to predict what it is for you, because some people might want money, some might want a relationship, some might want a promotion, whatever. You are the one who's driving the car. You're the one who has to make that decision. But the universe is on your side this month. So see how this plays out. Universe being on your side. Your last week's guide or guardian is the Ascended Master Jesus Christ, which Jesus was in the Gnostic text, the son of Sophia. Christ is the title of an Ascended Master, so it all ties in. We also have the stone Rosophia, so it is a stone of wisdom. Meaningful sacrifice. You joyfully release what has been, so you are open to what needs to be. Your soul knows how to receive, so it can give, and to give it can receive. You are a surrendered channel for grace. In your faithfulness to your higher plan, you attract unlimited assistance, healing, light, and beauty into your heart. This gives you the confidence to let go. You honor and are expanded and nourished by the devotion within your soul. This last week is a call to prayerful action. It's also a call to meditation and allowing yourself to align. When you surrender into the divine will, you merge your will with the divine will, which is the capital W will. The minor stuff in life just doesn't matter to you anymore. You can sacrifice, well, I have to watch 12 hours of TV a week. No, you don't. You can sacrifice it down. You don't need all that. Or if you're, well, I've got this social thing, I just don't want to do it. If you feel that bad about it, cancel. It's not that big of a deal. You'll find another social event that'll be refreshing to your soul. Let go of the things that you are inspired to let go of. Work with that connection to God's source. Really focus on that prayer and meditation. Pray first, meditate after. That way your mind's in the right state and you can actually hear the responses from the universe. And when you are working in that energy in this fourth week, you've been doing all the work. You've been taking the next steps. You've been doing the inspired actions. This fourth week is saying, now reconnect with source. It's not just about doing all this work. It's also about remembering you have a connection. And I always look at it as a friendship, a divine friendship, because when you're connected in, a lot of stuff just stops bothering you because it's really not that important, because the thing that's important is that connection. So this fourth week is about resetting that connection, making sure you're still there, which you are, but it's a healthy way to say, you know what, thank you for everything you're doing with me, and I appreciate it. Let's see what we can do going forward. So this is interesting. Your message from source is number 33, power number here. And the joyful muse and inspiration is your energy. So when you are doing that prayerful meditative work with the Ascended Master Jesus Christ in this aspect and Rosophia, you are really stepping into this energy of you're letting things go that are not benefiting you, because you're stepping into this energy of creation. You're stepping into this energy of how can I manifest? You're inspired that you want to do better, you want to improve, and you're following your intuition, which is inspired action, really, and it's bringing you into this joyful state of you're making something. Like this cat is repainting his violin. Not a big fan of the colors, but he's doing this because he was inspired to do so, and he's happy. Look at that smile on that kitty cat. And so you have to get into that joyful state. And when you're praying and you're meditating and you're being grateful for the things that you've achieved in February, this last week is saying, just hold on to the joy, hold on to this feeling. Whatever March brings in, is we're not there yet. But if you can connect in and hold on to that, you'll know that it's possible, first of all. And second of all, it's bringing you into that highest aspect of your timeline. It's helping you possibly even jump timelines, because your soul is so ready for your time to your ship to come in, your time to come, whatever it is, that you're willing to take the joyful next steps. You're ready to do the things that enliven your soul. And it's not going to be that giggly hee 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 energy all day long. It's that peaceful joy of, you know what, I actually have a good life. Things may come up, that's fine, but the grand scheme is I'm happy where I'm at. And I'm willing to increase this happiness by bringing new things in, but I'm not going to be upset too much if stuff doesn't fall in place. So that's the energy from source, is really just embracing that connection. So your message from the tarot for this fourth week is number 13, release. I believe this is the death card in traditional tarot. Letting go of the past and ending that makes way for new opportunities. Time to move on. This is one of the harder things that comes up when we really start to get into that flow state, is we have to release that which does not serve. It may have served a purpose back, 15 years ago, but you don't need it anymore. It's no longer active in your energy. And the energy that's coming up this last week is when you tap into that Ascended Master Jesus Christ and Rose Sophia for your stone, you're getting into that release, that sacrifice, just as it says here, the meaningful sacrifice. You're releasing things that no longer serve. You're stepping into the energy of the joyful muse. And this release energy is saying, let go of the things that are stealing your joy. Let go of the things that feel heavy, that do not serve. You have the lesson already. That's part of your soul's mission, and it's been woven in. But you don't need to carry around the emotional baggage that goes with it. Time to let that stuff go. If it's something physical that you're being led to release, smoking, drinking, whatever it is, let it go. If it's maybe shifting out of a job, you're really comfortable, but you're going nowhere, you've kind of hit that glass ceiling energy, and you know you're done, but you have a new opportunity, that might be a release that comes too. It's all dependent on your energy, but whatever's not serving you anymore, time to make some evaluations in this last week, but do so with joy. The things that uplift you and bring you that joyful inner peace, that heart joy, do those things. If the things that you're coming up are like, ew, or they're draining you, time to let them go. So with that, water, I will let you guys and gals go. I hope you have a great month of February. Again, if you see something different with the cards, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.